Hi guys, today's video is on online dating. What I'm going to do is I'm basically going to go through live filling out an online profile so that you guys can see the best way to do it. I am on OkCupid, which is where I met my husband, and it's my favorite online dating site. Obviously, you have to sign in and create a username, but the first thing you have to do is post pictures. So for this one, typically when I help people with their profiles, what I've seen is that they just post pictures, whatever pictures. Like they're not really showcasing who they are and not really showing their bright smiles. So if you can't pick a good picture of yourself, I suggest that you find either a friend or a family member, somebody that you trust, who can help you pick out a photo that really showcases who you are. For both men and women, that's going to be something that's showing your personality, something that's showing your smile, like your real smile, not your fake, you know what I'm talking about, your fake smiles. Before, when I had my online profile, I had one picture of me about to skydive. I had one picture of me and my best friend on the top of a mountain locally. I had a picture of me in some dress out with my girlfriends. And so posting pictures of snapshots of your life and showing the other people that you have an interesting life and they're going to be having a lot of fun if they date you. Now the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to actually start to fill out your profile. So I'm not going to really talk about the parts like ethnicity, height, body type, diet, smokes, because those are black and white. The parts that I do want to help you guys out on is the stuff that you make up. Like, for example, my self-summary. What do you write there? You don't want to be somebody who's fake. And what I mean by fake is basically you don't want to be somebody. You don't want to write something that could be anybody. You don't want to make it generic. So for me, if I was going to write a self-summary, I would write something like, I am a revelation coach and I help people live their dream lives. I kind of stumbled on it by accident a couple years ago and I've never looked back since. I love what I do and I'm here to meet somebody who is loving life as much as I do. Do you see the difference between that and something like, I'm a professional, I'm a good person, and I'm here to meet somebody who wants to start a healthy future too. One of them could be pretty much anybody, and the other one can't be anybody. There's only me who could be that person. So you want to make sure to get really specific, and if you feel like maybe it's not as interesting or talking about the real you is just not exciting, throw that idea out of your mind because you don't really know that. There's somebody else in this world who's going to match you and who's going to find who you are today exactly as you are, really funny and exciting and fun to be around, and who will just love you for who you are. It does. So the next part that you're going to want to do is fill out what you are doing with your life. It says here what I'm doing with my life. Let's see. Right now I am happy being the mommy of 2 canine dogs and taking life as it comes. I am not really sure of what's coming next, but I'm excited. I'm at a point with my life where I'm okay not knowing what comes next, and my real goal is to just enjoy every moment, to challenge myself, and to be happy. Okay, that's genuinely where I'm at today. A generic answer might look like, well, I have a full-time job and I like to hang out with my friends. That's pretty generic. What do you do with your friends? What is your job? Why do you like your job? Why don't you like your job? Why don't you hang out with friends? Do you like playing video games? You want to get really specific here because, again, generic is like blah. It's not really going to pull anyone towards your profile. And if it's not exciting, let's say you like to play on your phone, you can say that. I love looking at my Facebook phone. I am a self-proclaimed addict. I spend a lot of time on it, but I'm looking to spend less time on it, and that's why I'm on here. Now let's see, the next area is I'm really good at. Okay, this one, you're going to have to throw away the hat where you might think you sound prideful. You want to be authentic. It's sort of like being on a job interview. If somebody asks you what you're good at, you don't want to say nothing because then they won't hire you. It's the same as with dating. When someone is looking for someone to date, they want an authentic answer. So if someone was going to ask me what you're good at, I could say I'm good at coaching, but that's kind of boring because I've already talked about coaching in my profile already. So this is a really good place to be a little bit fun and flirty with the person who's clicked on your profile. So you can be really silly with this one. You could say, I'm really good at playing music. I'm really good at climbing trees. That's true. It's a little random, but it's true, and it shows fun side of you. I'm really good at picking out people's outfits. I'm really good at, that's not true about me, by the way. I'm really bad at that. Put that. That's not true. Actually, I'm really bad at picking people's outfits, but I'd like to get better. Put that on the profile. It's showing parts about yourself. And as you're thinking of your answers, sometimes the best answers are your inside talk, like what you're watching me do. If I put that on paper, it shows who I am as a person. So that's what you want to do. Again, don't make it generic. I'm really good at my job. Cool. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The first things people usually notice about me. You can make this fun. You could also make this part a little bit sexy. I've seen some answers where people are like, well, the first thing people notice about me is my big butt. Or the first thing people notice about me is my big hair. Or the first thing people notice about me is my smile. And I actually had that one as my answer. You can make it an honest answer, and I don't think you can really go wrong here. Next one is favorite books, movies, shows, music, and food. This is a very easy place to stay generic. I've seen people write stuff like, I like all ethnic foods, I love all music, I love everything but country. Think about what your favorite movie of all time, your favorite book of all time. If you don't like reading, then put that. Quite frankly, I'm not really a big reader, but my favorite movie of all time is this. Or I don't really like movies or books, but I love music. These are the artists that I like. This is my favorite song of all time. So you don't want to just brush it off. Really take your time and think about it, your all-time favorites, and that's what you can put there. Stay away from generalities. The next thing, on a typical Friday night, I am. So you want to be honest here. For me, when I was single, sometimes I would go out on Friday nights, but sometimes I would sit at home more often than not. And I could make my sound really boring, right? I don't do anything, I just stay home. But that's such a shitty answer. It's really boring. No one wants to be just sitting on a couch doing nothing, right? So what else was I doing at home? For me, I would pour myself a cup of wine. I would surf the TV with my favorite shows. You want to be really specific. If you like playing video games on Friday night, then write it. Write what video games you like to play. I love playing this video game on Friday night. It's my favorite thing to do. Or if you like to read, I love to read on Friday nights. Or honestly, I haven't been as creative as I'd like, but typically I'm at home watching TV. What I'd like to do is blah, blah, blah. And then actually start doing it because like I said, you want to be filling your days and having fun. You want to be living a life already that someone who's looking to date will say, hey, if I hang out with that person, I'm going to have a lot of fun. Okay, moving on, the categories. The most private thing I am willing to admit. People want to have fun when they're dating. Dating is already scary enough. You don't want to be with someone who's taking life way too seriously. You want to have fun. You already have things in your life you have to take super seriously. So, fun ways to answer this question, the most private thing that I'm willing to admit is I really, really love chips so much I could eat an entire big bag of them. It's not super serious, but it's kind of true and it's kind of weird. Try to have fun with this one. It doesn't have to be really serious. You definitely don't want to put something that's true about yourself that's very negative. Like, let's say you had an abusive childhood. You don't want to put, I was abused as a child on your online dating website. I do think that when you're talking about experiences like that while you're dating, maybe further along in the dating process with someone, you do want to make sure that you share things like that, but not at the beginning. Remember, you are trying to have fun. And if you're putting in someone's face that you've been abused as a kid or some other negative experiences, you're not being fun. You're being negative, and nobody likes to be around negative people, especially at the beginning of a dating relationship. For the OkCupid website, that's about all of the areas that you're going to have to fill out. I know that other online dating websites will probably have different things, but the main thing that you want to walk away with is that you want to be yourself. You want to put online that inner talk that goes on in your head, because that's really who you are. And that's what people are going to be attracted to, not the generic, stereotypical answer. They want someone who's authentic, and they want someone who they can relate to. Make sure that you're having fun. Keep it light. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. Okay? I'll see you next time.